Sukia Turan. Turk Telekom, who are second in the group currently, but can return to the top with a win tonight and displace Dinamo Sassari, who are there at the moment. As for Polski Turan, they're the leading scorers, points per game in the Basketball Champions League and assists, but they find themselves at the bottom of the group and cannot qualify for the round of 16. So after next week, which is the last regular season game day, their European dream will be over. Polski Turan are going for a very sticky patch at the moment. They haven't won in 2020 in the Basketball Champions League or domestically. Their last win was against Strasbourg, who they've beaten twice. Here are the Group A games over this game day. Ostend beat Manresa, Sassari beat Unit Holon. This game here, and Lech Tbilisi host Sieg Strasbourg. Turan have Chris Wright in their roster, who has 4 double-doubles with points and assists in the Basketball Champions League this season. Nobody in the Basketball Champions League history, and it's the full season of the Basketball Champions League, has achieved 5 double-doubles with points and assists. Last week he had 21 points and 12 assists, which is quite extraordinary. As for Turk Telekom, well, they have Carl Wiltshire, who continues to pour in the points. He's had 5 20-plus points this season. Here's the Group A standings. Turk Telekom can return to the top with a win, as they have the head-to-head over Dinamo Sassari. Polski Sukia Turan are detached slightly at the bottom, but they're such an exciting team. High scoring, Keith Hornsby, Chris Wright, Ali Aminu. They have top players, but Turk Telekom, as we saw last week against Filou Ostend, winning 67-85 in Belgium, showed how good they can be on the road. And tonight they're back home. So we're just moments away from the tip, and we'll look at the Polski Turan, Sukia Turan roster. Damian Kulik, Polish international. Keith Hornsby, Aaron Chell, Polish international. Chris Wright, Ali Aminu. Carl Weaver has come across from Neptunas Klaipėda. They are all top players, and Karol Krutewski as well. They just haven't quite been able to get it together this season, but it's such a tough league, the Basketball Champions League. Tough to win at home, even tougher to win on the road, and that's what Polski Sukia Turan have got to do tonight to try and do Dinamo Sassari a big favour if they can. There's the Turk Telekom roster, full of stars. Nick Johnson, Mohamed Bagel, Safak Edgay, Mustafa Fowd, top rebounder, top shots blocked. CJ Harris in the roster tonight. TJ Campbell as well, and Carl Wiltshire, who is their leading scorer. But you just don't know what you're going to get with Polski Turan. They can, if they fire and get it together, leading assists per game, leading points per game in the whole of the Basketball Champions League. They're 30th in rebounding, so that's something they need to work on. But if Damian Kulik, for instance, hasn't played as many games as he'd have liked, 5 games only this season, and I think that has had a big impact on the team. He's so solid in the paint and beyond the arc as well. As for Turk Telekom, they won in big fashion the return game. In game day 6, they won 95-73 in Poland, and they'll be looking for more of the same tonight as they're introduced. Nick Johnson, he was their star man in the week when they beat Afon in the Turkish league. Mohamed Bagel, Polat Kaya, tough player. Metin Turin, Safak Edgay. He really turned the game when he came on against Ostend last week, really sharing the ball, and gave a wonderful no-look bounce pass, which was featured on the highlight plays this last week. Mustafa Fowd, Egman Guven, 23 years old. He had a good game last week as well. Carl Wiltshire, 2'6", NCAA champion with Duke in 2012, leading player for this team. And TJ Campbell is 5'9", 175. He is averaging 3.3 assists a game and 10.4 points a game. So the noise is ramping up here. They know Turk Telekom, they've got to do a job and get it done early. They don't want any stressful moments, or not too many tonight at home, as the crowd are here ready to welcome their heroes. And of course, we will be remembering a huge basketball hero, Kobe Bryant. Before every Basketball Champions League game, over these game days, there will be a minute's silence just before the tip to remember the NBA legend and FIBA Basketball World Cup ambassador for the last World Cup. So that will happen just before tip-off. So as we get closer to tip-off, the teams have been introduced. And if you're new to Basketball Champions League, I do encourage you to download the Basketball Champions League app. It will give you everything you require regarding this season's Basketball Champions League. Here are the referees. Savero Lanzarini from Italy, Marek Kuklasik from Slovakia, and Givdas Gedvilas from Lithuania. The best referees, the best table officials, simply the best European competition. There is for all-inclusive basketball, for introducing great young talent as well as top import players as well. Here comes the Polski Toron starting five. Hornsby, Shell, Wright, Amanu, Karol Grzeski. Hornsby, Shell, Wright, Amanu, they've been a leading four for this team. And certainly Wright and Hornsby and Amanu feature heavily in the points, rebounds, assists and efficiency categories for this team. As for Turk Telekom, they were very dominant as we look at Sebastian Machowski. 48-year-old German international as a player. Previous team, Shenzhen Leopards in EWE Baskets Oldenburg, to name but a few. Turk Telekom starting five. They're taking no chances by the look of it. Johnson, Bagel, Foul, Wiltshire and TJ Campbell. They're going strong early. They want to start with momentum and they want to keep that momentum going as far as they can in this game. Wiltshire is their leading point scorer, second in rebounds, second in efficiency. Turk Telekom are 9-3 coming into this game, and Polski Sukia Toron are 2-10. As for Turk Telekom, 11th in points per game, 9th in rebounds per game, 10th in assists. So they're just outside that top 10 in all three categories on average. There's Burak Goren doing a great job for Turk Telekom. He's been with them since 2018. Previous teams, Petkim, some players with him, including TJ Campbell, who's right there in your screen. Ted Ankara and Hacep and Buyuk College. Always coached in Turkey, knows the game well there. Nick Johnson coming in with good form, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals in the game against Efont in the Turkish Basketball Super League. So there will be a minute's silence now for Kobe Bryant. 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist and FIBA Basketball World Cup ambassador.
Ayrıca 26 Ocak akşamı geçirdiği helikopter kazasında hayatını fans will be respected this week before the start of every basketball Champions League game in the honor and memory of this legend. 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and FIBA Basketball World Cup ambassador.
In the minute's silence, perfectly respected yet again. A lot of emotion in the basketball world. And Turk Telekom and Polski Sukia Tauron have shown their respects in the crowd and on the court. Be interesting to see how this game starts. Some of the teams in the Basketball Champions League have then started the game with a 24-second violation in memory of Kobe's number, and also an 8-second half-court violation in relation to Kobe Bryant's other number that he wore. We will see how this game starts, how the players choose to show their respects. So we're off and running. Turk Telekom are in white. Polski Sukia Tauron are in blue. Carl Wiltshire, dominant player, number 33. How he would have had Kobe as one of his legends and inspirations. And their team's obviously not choosing to hold the ball for the 24 seconds at the moment. And inside, but nothing going for Aminu there. And pull-up J is good for three. Mohamed Bagel. Averaging 10.5 points a game. Knocks down a three early, exactly what Turk Telekom needed. Aaron Shell. To Grashetsky inside, left-hand finish. Good job there by Aaron Shell. Got good position on Bagel. Left-hand finish. And it's 3-2 early to Turk Telekom. Basketball Champions League on livebasketball.tv. The only place you can see all the live games on the Basketball Champions League, and so much more as well. I'll talk to you about that during the game broadcast as Mustafa Fall throws it down on the other side. Just a simple step through and full court pressure straight away. Hornsby. G-League All-Star 3 times. Pulls up for his J, and that's blocked. And here comes Turk Telekom. This game is being played really good pace. Great atmosphere here at the Anchor Arena. Nick Johnson inside, Mustafa Fall, and throws it down. They're going to have a lot of problems with Fall if they get the ball inside to him. And Fall, as soon as he called it there from Grashetsky, and jump shot is long and over the top of the stanchion, and it will be Polski Sukia Tauron ball. Let's just have a look. And that was a block. Look at that by Johnson. Total commitment. Oh, yes. Good attack, but great hands by Fall. Here comes Turk Telekom. Unstoppable in transition. Polski Tauron are leading in fast break points, 21 points a game, just over. And Turk Telekom showing them how it's done on the fast break. Here they come again. Wilshire to Bagel inside. Wilshire on the reverse. and immediately thanks the passer. Aminu. Hornsby, Aminu. Good defense again by Mustafa Fall. How many shots does he change? It's not just about the blocks, it's the shots he alters as well. Inside to the big man. 7'2". Spin baseline. He is going to be a serious handful for Khalid Aminu. It's going to have a lot of help. (2.18 m), Mustafa Fall in new money. So, baseline possession and good hands. By Chris Wright to Khalid Aminu. Extra pass. Aaron Shell with the fake. Drives all the way to the hoop and's fouled by Mustafa Fall. Aaron Shell averaging 69.2% from the free throw line. And with the national team at the World Cup and Eurobasket. Almost losing it there, TJ Campbell. Good hands by Chris Wright. Wiltshire under pressure from Aaron Shell. He's picked his dribble up inside to Mustafa Fall. Aminu, what can he do this time? Mustafa Fall throws it down on the pivot. Just went right hand, then spun back to his left and threw it down. And Mustafa Fall already causing lots of problems. He's up to 4 points, 2 of 2 from point blank range. Both his shots. Aminu. Now he's going to try and work against Fall. He's going to have to get Mustafa Fall up in the air. He can't shoot over him. And a beautiful pass from Wiltshire. And I think Polski Tehran are going to have to call timeout. It's pretty much one-way traffic here at the Anchor Arena. Polski Tehran called timeout, and Turk Telecom, as I said pre-game, will head back to the top of Group A with a win here. And they've had the perfect start. Timeout, Polski Tehran.
You don't have to take the first shot. We're doing the same thing again. Off the dribble, on the catch. Why? Slow down. They're not looking to trap us. They're just looking to make the inbounds pass difficult. Get the ball to the guard. Get us into the offense. All right? Let's go. Help. Ball going side right to help the ball. Three chests. Go across, down and out on center on the side. There's the two passes. Spread the floor. Spread the floor. Use the shot.
Really good timeout by Coach Mahovsky there. They're struggling, but he just says, don't rush. Don't take the first option all the time. Move it around. That was a nice play. They got the mismatch with Bagel and Aaron Shell. He used his left hand there, no problem. As long as Mustafa Fall's not too close to you, where he's likely to block or interfere with your shot. Then they got out and run. Polski Tehran have got to show why they are number one in fast break points. Damien Cooley, he should bring some stability and poise to this team. Aaron Shell, wide open, good look. Wiltshire with the rebound. Bagel just throws it up. He's slowed almost to a standstill. No pressure on the shot at all. Inside, Kulig, no good. Try to get a left-hand close finish. Bagel. TJ Campbell is just off. And Grashevsky gets the rebound. Kicks it out. Hornsby for 3 is just off. And Bagel had to think about his outlet there as Chris Wright was right there. Grashevsky on defense to Nick Johnson. Johnson trying to get it to Mustafa Fowl, but good defense by Damian Kulik. Played for the Polish national team as Alexander Perka comes in. Yeah, that's good hands by Kulik, just moving his feet, hands outstretched. And Weaver comes in. Carl Weaver. And Wilshire can't get that to go. Kulik with the rebound. Carl Weaver. Weaver just trying to take it on himself. Wilshire to Bagel. Weaver just falling awkwardly there. Comes Jakub Schenk. So we're back underway. Campbell to Johnson. High screen by Guven. And mid-range jump shot is good for Nick Johnson. Such a nice, smooth player. This former Dinamo Sassari player. The Turk Telekom are battling for top spot in this group, and Kulik under pressure there. They just threw, Coach Szmachowski has said in the timeout, they're not putting any traps on us in the half court, but they did there, and Kulik, unfortunately for Polski Tauron, threw it away. 4 turnovers to 2. Tauron unfortunately leading that category. Bagel fouled by Carl Weaver. Crossover by Mohamed Bagel. 7.5 points a game for Bagel, and he's at the line. (89.7% from the free throw line. And nothing but net there. More pressure, Kulik to Weaver, and he thought about the shot. Carl Wilshire came out, and there was help in behind as well, so they're really connected on defense and offense at the moment. Penetrate kick. Nice fake there, but Schenk can't get the shot, and away come Turk Telekom. Bagel. Oh, Campbell off the glass. TJ Campbell at just 1.75 meters. Schenk's asking a question. Was that a charge? But he's moving backwards. He is outside the charge circle, but not enough contact. He's gone through the contact, TJ Campbell. It's a foul as well. Just to rub salt in the Taron wound, and it's called an unsportsmanlike foul. That's so 2 shots on possession for Turk Telekom, who are turning on the style tonight. Bagels up to 9 points. Campbell on 4 points with those 2 free throws there. Campbell, deep three is just short. Rebound Weaver. Weaver versus Bagel. All the way across. Shots up, Chris Wright, leading scorer. 19.8 points a game. Nice screen, good play. Just can't get it to go. Campbell will go to the line there. Chris Wright is the second in the Basketball Champions League overall. 4 points per game at 19.8, 21.8. Justin Dentman for Powell Tez is leading that race. Carl Wiltshire is in joint 7th. Yeah, good play by Wiltshire there. Right on cue. 7th leading scorer gets another bucket, but wide open 3 for Perka. Alexander Perka finally gets something good to go for Polski Toruń. Edgay's in. Had a good game last week. And he's going to take the long-range shot, and he's continued that good play right here back in Ankara, Turkey. Weaver. Need to move the balls, no ball movement. There is now Kulig inside, off the glass. Nice job. Again, they get the mismatch and they use it straight away. Wiltshire. Backing down. Perka, and he fades away and no good. Kulig with the rebound. Schenk. Into the corner. Weaver is good for 3. He's saying he was fouled. Just carrying on play, Carl. We don't want any technical fouls. And that was a foul on Carl Weaver. Running down to the end of the first quarter here. And they're looking to get Harris into the game. CJ Harris. Baker at the line. 10.5 points a game, 4.1 rebounds. Enes Taskiren. So it should just be one shot for Polski Toruń, but they seem to be in a hurry. Telekom only one foul this quarter. So they have fouls to give. Foul by Edgate. Safak Edgate. Inside, Weaver, and knocked loose by Taskiren. And he's got an elbow in there. There is troubles. Ball inbounded. Perka. Schenk all the way across. Baseline attack. Floater, no good. There's time. They can get the ball ahead, which they do. Shots up and just off by Taskiren. And the end of the first quarter. As Turk Telekom would have wanted it. They have a comfortable lead at the moment. Turk Telekom 30. Polski Sukia Torun 14. Here's the game statistics for one quarter. Turk Telekom 50% from behind the arc, 100% from the line, 6 of 6, 64% from 2. Polski Torun 60% from 3. Doing a good job from behind the arc, Polski Torun, with 3 of 5. And Turk Telekom have got so many offensive weapons, and with Mustafa Fowl blocking shots and then doing that at the offensive end, it's tough. Screen and rescreen there by Wiltshire, just textbook basketball, and Johnson using the screens accordingly and appropriately. Weaver, as soon as they move the ball one side to the other, then they get some success. Couple of dribbles, nice pass, and finish. Weaver off the screen by Kulig. He just rolls and gets the mismatch. Kulig will do this all day. He'll either roll to the hoop like he does here, or he'll just pick and pop for the three-pointer or jump shot. He can do both. And then Weaver with the jump shot in the corner. So they're showing when they move the ball at pace with poise and precision, Polski Torun can stay with the high-flying Turk Telekom. Start of the second quarter. If you just joined us, Polski Torun are in blue and in possession, and Turk Telekom in white. And Turk Telekom lead by 16 at the moment. They're going to want to extend that and extend it quickly. Kulig. Great pass by number 77 to Schenk. That was beautiful movement off the ball. Damian Kulig. How they've missed him this season. Just 5 games. Played for the Polish national team at the World Cup in last summer as well in China. They got a very creditable 6th, losing to Serbia in the 5th and 6th playoff. Edgate just missing the 3, but good rebound initially by Egmen Guven. Bartusz Diduszko in the thick of it, trying to box the bigger Guven out. Now in line, out of bounds for Turk Telekom. In motion, just pass it in. Edgate, high screen, Guven rolling to the basket, gives it inside, and he just shoots over the top. Ege Guven. Nice play by Turk Telekom. Into Damian Kulig. They want to give him as many touches as possible. He makes good decisions But he was off balance with that left-hand finish. Schenk wrestles it back. Extra pass. Inside. Harris with the foul. Daniel Cooley playing point forward. Just using his height to pass around and over the defence. So inbounds, Kulig, hands off to Schenk. Kulig trying to set ice screen. Schenk off the glass, no good, tough shot. Edgate. He's just going to take the shot himself. He's just off right. And Kulig to Schenk. Has the ball knocked loose, but he's able to keep possession. Inside, and the finish by Alexander Perka. Five points, Alex Perka up to after the 3 and the 2 there. Just got to stay in touch. And good job by Kulig. And the jump shot from behind the arc is good for Enes Taskeran. Kulig will take the 3 himself, just short. Gets his own rebound, just plays at his own pace. Dushko. Back out to Schenk. Schenk trying to make space. Kulig inside. Left hand, no good. And rebounds. An outlet to Edgate. Schenk ends up on his backside there. Back in comes Karol Gruszewski. 17-point lead for Turk Telekom. The two coaches just wanting more, always wanting more. You'll find with top head coaches. Schenk. Kulig attacks. No way through there. Good hands by Metin Turen. Just reading the situation perfectly. Gets it to Edgate. Screen. Guven. They've got a lot of height. What a back cut. And a pass to match. CJ Harris with the basket there. Watch this. Defense plays you high. Just dive to the basket. CJ Harris with an easy layup. That comes Omanu for Kulig. Harris. Nice pass inside and the throwdown by Guven. Good interaction by the Turk Telekom bigs there. Guven up to 4 points. And Schenk loses the ball in midair. And it's getting tough here in Ankara for Polski Tyron. Schenk has tried his hardest with lots of energy and endeavour. Harris just been acquired since the new year, start of the new year. Edgate. Inside, but ball's not loose. Polski Tyron, can they get something in transition? Step through and finish by Chris Wright. Safak Edgate. Right up to 5 points. Remember, he's the second leading scorer in the Basketball Champions League. And a long three by Metin Turen adds to the Turk Telekom lead. Alard Aminu just can't get it to go. Good job on defense there by Guven. Without Mustafa Fowl in, him and Turin are going to have to combine to keep Aminu off the glass and away from scoring. Harris. Using the screen, Harris. Ball's knocked loose. And Perka with the foul. Alexandra Perka. I'm not sure if it's him. He had his hands up and was moving his feet. Substitutions for Polski Toruń, and Perka comes out. Shell and Hornsby comes in. And Weaver comes out as well. So Turk Telekom in command. 22-point lead at home, heading to the top of Group A with a victory here. Ball's loose. Here comes Polski Toruń on the run. Chris Wright using his strength but can't get it to go. Here comes Turk Telekom the other way. Catch and shoot. It's just off, but look who's right there. Metin Turin for the offensive rebound. They're outworking Polski Toruń, and that's a real problem for the Polish outfit. Right. There's the handoff to Gruszewski for three. They need to keep firing away and looking at the best shots that they possibly can. That's Gruszewski's 3 points, first 3 points inside. Little jump hook, as easy as you like. Egman Guven not challenged at all inside there, and he had all the time he needed for a sweet jump hook. And it's another timeout for Polski Toruń. They're in big trouble here in Ankara.
Let's make sure we're not going into the slaughterhouse like this. Yeah? Better one-on-one on the ball, better movement with our hands on the help, and we got to come in. Yeah? We got to come in and then play good closeouts if they do kick it out.
Yo, we coming down and we know it's they about to catch a pass, just crash into the man.
Yep.
Just crash him, just hit him. Instead of just trying to swipe, just crash into him.
Don't get caught in between.
Yeah, just fucking knock it out.
Some interesting advice from Chris Wright there, but they've got to get physical. They've got to stop Turk Telekom. That was a big-time block from Kulik. That's what he can do. 2'6". They've got some nice. That was a really good interaction between Guven and Turin. Beautiful pass, left-handed over the head. Got to keep fighting and get physical. Within the rules of the game, obviously. Chris Wright off balance, and that's a crazy shot. I think the defense crashed into him then from Turk Telekom, forcing him to miss. Turin to TJ Campbell back on the lineup. All the way through to the hoop. No good defensive rebound. Aminu, Nigerian international, of course, played at the World Cup in China. Exciting Nigerian team that is. Interesting to see how they go in the Olympic Games. Now here comes Połatkaya. Former Petkim player. Inside from Hornsby to Aminu. He's got Mustafa Fowl on him, so he's got to get him out. He's got to get him up in the air, but another block for Turk Telekom. Shot from the corner is coming up off the fake, and it's good for three. Połatkaya straight into the game. Nice exchange between him and TJ Campbell. And the lead extends. Can't quite get it to go there. Hornsby at the hoop. Turin passes out to the three-point line. Kaya with another shot. Chell. On screen. Wiltshire back in, Turin off. Good job by him, good minutes, really positive. Five points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Chris Wright. Kulig. Get a good position again. This match, this time it was on Harris. Now they need a stop. Shell up to 5 points. Harris into the corner. Mustafa foul against Kulig this time. And good job by Kulig, and it's called a held ball. That's good defense from Kulig. He's a strong player and smart with it. Gets his hand on the ball, and Mustafa foul would be maybe served better. Just keep the ball up, make as quick a move as he can. Now we've got a timeout here. Turk Telecom leading by 23. 2 minutes 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Hope you're enjoying the action here at the Ankara Arena in Turkey. Let's listen into the coaches. Crowd enjoying themselves here, and why not? Great entertainment on the basketball court. Their team are doing well. At the top of the group, they're going to the round of 16. Top 4 teams of each of the 4 groups in the regular season. 32-team regular season will make up the top 16, and it will be best of 3 starting in March. Shots up, and beautiful out of bounds play. Campbell knocks down the 3. Easy as that. Right at the shot clock. Off the glass, no good for Hornsby. Kaya with the rebound. Campbell. Campbell pulls up for another 3. Back-to-back 3s. Starting to really take this game over, Campbell. Up to 10 points. 50% from behind the arc. Inside, spin, baseline, but misses Aaron Shell. No foul. Called anyway, Poyat Kaya. Sloppy pass from Harris there. And there's good transition from Polski Torun, and Hornsby scores. Hornsby's first 2 points of the game. Remember, he's second leading scorer on this team. Shots up, and that's beautiful from Carl Wiltshire, leading scorer on Turk Telecom's team. Up to 6 points. Kulig keeps hold of the ball. And now there is a back cut as Harris slipped, and in fact, TJ Campbell slipped. Chris Wright has been called for the personal foul on the push there. Mustafa foul comes out again, and Wiltshire turns it over. Last 30 seconds of the half here in Ankara. High screen from Kulig, and the 2 is good for Chris Wright. You can't give him an inch. 25-point deficit for Polski Torun right up to 9 points. And Turk Telekom will get the last shot of the quarter. They hope they will. And Nick Johnson all the way to the hoop. And he's fouled by Kulig. That was too easy. Here comes Enes Taskiron. Campbell's out. Taskiron 3 points already. Just 6 minutes of play. Nick Johnson. Knocks down the free throws. So, just a few seconds remaining in the second quarter. Hornsby, they need to get a good look. Aaron Schell tries to drop it over the front, but that typifies Polski Torun's play in parts. They've done well to get to the front of the hoop, but they just couldn't finish. And at half-time, Turk Telekom are in control. They lead 57-31 over Polski Torun. Dominant performance by them from the start, and they're showing why they're up the top of this group and heading into the round of 16. Potentially as group winners, they will return to the top of the group with a win tonight. There's the statistics: 70% from 2, 50% from 3, 88% from the line. That will get it done in most games. Massive rebound advantage as well, 23-12, 16-11 assists. Polski Torun have 6 steals to 5. There's the top scorers: Bagel 11, Campbell 10, Wiltshire 6 for Turk Telekom, Wright 9, 5 to Shell and 5 to Perka. So, it's the game that the Turk Telekom roster and coaching staff and fans would have wanted in the first half. They're in control, they're playing well. Polski Torun, you know, have high-scoring players, and they are the high-scoring team in the Basketball Champions League, but they do concede at a high level as well, unfortunately, leading in assists and points per game over the season so far. 11 assists for them tonight, 16 assists to Turk Telekom. We'll bring you the highlights very shortly, the first half, and that will be followed by the current top 10 plays in the Basketball Champions League. So if you haven't had a chance yet, please do download the Basketball Champions League app. That will give you everything you require for this season on your teams, favourite players, some great articles from the FIBA columnists, podcasts as well, coast to coast. So I'll leave you with the highlights. Turk Telekom leading in Ankara, Turkey. Polski Torun have it all to do in the second half. Don't go anywhere. We're back shortly.
Evet, beylere geldi sıra. Allah'ım o ne? Abiler çok istekli, azimli. Kim var öyle? Şu üstü çok canlı görünüyor ama sen de kalk bakayım ayağa. Bir boyunuzu göreyim. Ortadaki sen gel. Hadi ikinci beyefendi. Sen gel abi sen. Evet. Aklım sende kal. Hadi koş. O ne? Bana mı getiriyorsun riskine? Hadi koş. Evet, arka tribünden kim var? Abi süpersin ya. Evet sen çok isteklisin. Koş. Hadi. İkincisi. Kim var? Kim var? Yeni yüzler. Siz gelin abicim, evet siz, evet. 5 numara, burası siz olun. Sen bonus mu? Gel. Ayıp ediyorsun, gel. Evet, geldi yarışmacılar. Bayanlar geldi mi? Üst sırtındaki bayan yarışmacımız geldi mi? Geliyor. 10. Çık. Tebrik ediyorum. Tam 1 dakika 59 saniyede geldiniz. Tebrik ediyorum sizi. Bravo, harikasınız. Her zamanki gibi ladies first diyoruz. İlk önce hanımefendiler. Buyurun hanımefendiler. Bisküvit nerede abi? Bir tane. Abi bir paket göstermiştim ama. Teşekkür ediyorum alkışlar. Bisküvit getirin abimiz için. Kim geliyor? Siz biraz dinleyin isterseniz. Uzun yoldan geldiniz. Buyurun sizinle başlayalım. Evet, ilk yarışmacı için alkışlar. Gelsin mi şimdi güçlü? Bravo, 1'de 0. Nereye? Nereye? Bitmedi ki, 2 atış daha var. Hemen çabuk. Çabuk, hadi hemen. Hadi bu sefer olacak, gitmeyin. Bravo, hemen kenara. İkinci atış. Hadi bakalım biraz daha güçlü. Biraz daha. Birazcık daha. Hadi bakalım. İşte bu. Bravo! Alkışlar hanımefendi için. Hemen Dilaver Bey'in yanına alayım sizi. Evet, 3. yarışmacı için bir atış. Öncesi alkış. Hadi biraz daha güçlü. Bu sefer olacak. Hadi. Geliyor. Geldi bile. Bravo. Sıradaki hanımefendi. Süper. Tebrik ediyorum. Buyurun. Dilaver Bey'in yanında. Evet, son hanımefendi yarışmacımız. Son hanımefendi için kocaman bir alkış. Süper. Hadi gelecek. 3 hakkınız var. Hadi bakalım. Biraz daha güçlü. Geliyor. İşte bu. Tebrik ediyorum sizleri. Sizi Dilaver Bey'in yanına alıyorum. Evet. Beylerin yanında sıra. Beylerin atışı öncesinde tüm salon. Hadi kocaman bir alkış. Hem hanımefendiler için aldık. Bu kez de beyefendiler için. Evet. Bisküvit abimiz için kocaman alkış. Ülkenin sponsorluğunda atışını gerçekleştirecek. Abi ceketi çıkar istersen. Ceketi çıkar. Evet, hadi bakalım. Hadi bu kez olacak, ceket çıktı. Hadi geliyor. İşte bu. Biraz daha güçlü. Bravo! İşte bisküvinin faydaları. Hemen kenara Dilaver Bey'in yanına. Evet, sıradaki beyefendi geldi şimdi. Bilek süper. Tebrik ediyorum. Bilek çok iyi. İkinci atış geliyor. İşte bu. Bu kez olacak. Son atış. Hadi biraz çabuk olun. Tebrik ediyorum size. Hemen yan tarafa. Hemen sıradaki beyefendi. Süper.
Take the full screen from Radovic. He wants the pass, gets the pass. Great fight. Sealy going up with a great fight in the pick and roll.
Or the shot clock, got to shoot it. Madsen in the lane. Madsen with the throwdown. You gotta love it. I mean, he set the screen, went straight to the basket, and it was Finnish Airways.
And Besiktas with an opportunity here to take the lead at halftime. McKissick flies it in. Oh my goodness, quite possibly for the play of the half.
More now to McGee, drives the baseline. Oh, nutmeg pass to Ibekwe. And he hits the three. Tell me that's not going to go onto the highlight reel. Look at this pass.
4 seconds left, the three-pointer to win it, yes! Tyler Stone!
Bowler just a bit casual, gets it back. Inside, Ceylon with a massive throwdown. 2 hands, straight down the middle of the key. That's more like it.
Looking for the pass. Oh, and there's the pass for the big flush to Sean Thomas with authority. Coburn Brown's vision. That is a picture of perfection from Jerusalem.
Inbounds Turk Telecom. They lead by 4 at the moment. Great pass! What a no-look bounce pass! And the throw down by Egemen Gulbeng, carrying on his good work. Now he goes off the dribble, and Terry with a big swat just throws it back in Simpson's face. Can they get the 3? Just shot. Oh my goodness! Emmanuel Terry is taking this game over. That's awesome.
Benite goes in and gets Brown the rebound. Oh, Guzman is back. He puts it up. Are you kidding me? Vitor Benite is exceptional tonight. He is just making almost everything that he throws up. Look at this. Behind the back. Wide open.
Welcome back to Ankara in Turkey. Just looking at the Polski Tyron game leaders, Wright with 9 points, Kulig with 4 rebounds, and Weaver with 3 assists. Chris Wright is the leading scorer for Polski Tyron, averaging 19.8 points a game. He's leading their assist and their efficiency. That's for Damian Kulig. He's only played 5 games this season, averaging 3.2 rebounds a game. And Weaver averages 2.9 assists a game, so he's just above his average for the season. Telecom 6 of 12 from behind the arc. They've been absolutely on fire beyond the arc. 3 of their last 4 games in the Basketball Champions League, making more than 10 shots. 3-point range. So Polski Tyron's Chris Wright, 9 points. 3 of 4 from 2 and 1 of 2 from 3. And you know, he will keep going, he'll keep firing away, trying to find a way to get Polski Tyron back in this game. As for Turk Telecom then, 9th in the Turkish Super League at the moment, 8 and 9. There's the game leaders for Turk Telecom. Bagel with 11 points. Guven with 5 rebounds and Bagel with 4 assists. He had a really good start and has kept that going. That's for Polski Tyron. They haven't won a game this year. 4th in the Polish PLK with a record of 12-4. It's going to be a struggle for them to get the win here tonight. They're at home to Philo Ostend next week. Turk Telekom on the road at SIG Strasbourg. Strasbourg have also been eliminated from this group, and there is Mohamed Bagel, 11 points. 1 of 1, 100% for the field. 1 of 1 from behind the arc, 2 of 2 from 2, and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. That is perfection on the offensive end for Mohamed Bagel. 7 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound, 1 turnover. So can Polski Tauron have a fast start here? They've got the players to do it. Will Polski Tauron be able to do that, and will Telekom allow them to do it with their strong defensive showing in the first half as well? Here we go then. Chris Wright versus TJ Campbell. Third quarter action, game day 13 of the Basketball Champions League in Ankara, Turkey. Turkey versus Poland. Nice pass and the finish by Alade Aminu. The Nigerian international soaring towards the hoop and throws it down with one hand. Good start by Polski Tauron. Inside. Mustafa Fowl. It's going to go right through. Last time he was in that situation, he went back to the left. This time he just carried on to the right and he fooled Aminu. So the two bigs get things underway in Ankara. Aminu hands off to Kadishko. He's blocked. You can't have Mustafa Fowl standing right in front of you with his arms outstretched. There's only one thing that's going to happen. He's going to block the shot at 2 meters 18. Nice pass, but they can't make the shot. Wiltshire gets fouled by Hornsby. Telekom in white, if you're just joining us, and Polski Tauron in blue. Mohamed Bagel gets it inbounds to TJ Campbell. Screen by Fowl, gets it back, but good defense by Polski Tauron. Up to Hornsby. Crossover. Aaron Shell. Pass and high screen. Shots up from right. Long way out, but good offensive rebound. Just can't get it to go, Polski Tauron. So Mustafa Fowl with the outlet. Campbell inside to Wiltshire. Nice pass and no reaction at all as Nick Johnson came from the weak side. Hornsby. You need a reaction now on the offensive end. Hornsby across to Shell into the, still with Hornsby, all the way across to his running partner Chris Wright, who knocks down the three. They just keep the ball moving. Don't dribble too much. Keep the ball away from Mustafa Fowl when they're making their shots as well. Inside, Fowl with a throwdown over Aminu. And when he keeps the ball up and finishes quickly, he is unstoppable. He's 100% as well, Mustafa Fowl. Alade Aminu trying to get the alley-oop, but the ball just got stuck at the side of the basket there. Foul on Polski Tauron there, Chris Wright. And just thrown up near the hoop, and Mustafa Fowl catches it and flips it into the hoop. That was clever. penetrate, kicks outside, Aaron Schell for three. He takes a slip. He seems okay, but nice job there by Polski Torun with an immediate response. Schell up to 8 points. 1 of 2 from behind the arc. Hamid Bagel, high screen from Mustafa Fout. He's looking for the pass back. He throws his shots up. His shot up just misses. And he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Bagel at the line. Formerly with Pinar Karsiaka and Arasafaka, Euro Cup champion with them in 2018. A 27-year-old Turkish player. He's having a big game for them tonight. He is 100% right across the board. Really impressive. Hamid Bagel, 13 points. And Kulig just can't get it to go. But Didushka did. Great reaction there by Polski Torun. Bagel looking for Wiltshire. He's got the mismatch. Can he use it? Sides to pass. Johnson nearly stolen. Is this time? But he gets it back, Johnson. Good hands. Catch and shoot is just short by Campbell. Bartosz Didushka throws it away. That's unfortunate. They'd worked hard to get the ball back. Human error does come into this game. Thrown in again, but too far for Mustafa Fout to score the alley-oop. It looks like it's a turnover, and the ball will go back to Polski Torun. Just too far for Mustafa Fout. Ball's knocked loose, and it was off his shin. That's a good call by the officials. Good spot by Didushko. Right to Schell. Inside to Chris Wright. Campbell fouls immediately. Hand on the back there by Campbell. Weaver coming in. Can he spark a revival for Polski Torun? Hornsby goes out. Foul on the inbounds. Nick Johnson right there. Kulig. Schell back to Kulig. He'll take the three right in the face of Mustafa Fout. I think he was thanking the good Lord that he didn't get his shot blocked. That's a nice job by Kulig. Exactly what he can bring to this team. Nick Johnson, left hand finish, no good. But Mustafa Fout, because Kulig was there on the help, Fout got the offensive tip in. Weaver. 25-point lead for Turk Telekom. Make it 23. Great movement off the ball by Chris Wright, and they need to do more of that. Less dribble, more pass whenever possible. Mustafa Fout proving such a handful. And they must love him here at the Anchor Arena. Johnson. Johnson, left-hand dribble, all the way across, shots up, and it's off the side of the backboard for Turk Telekom. Weaver, this is to bring it back to a 20-point game, and Kulig gets the offensive rebound and puts it in, and there was a whistle, so here head to the line. Plenty of time left in this game. I think a smart timeout by Weaver, with Mustafa Fowl coming out to challenge the three. Kulig went straight to the front of the hoop, unimpeded. Quite the Emmanuel Terry throwdown from last week off the offensive rebound, but just as effective, and he got fouled. Let's listen in to coach. Seeing some, I like a strong move by Aminu, not strong defense there. I mean, that his cut has come from the weak side. I think at times Polski Torun are so worried about Mustafa Fowl. They don't always deal with the cuts coming from the outside, and that was Kulig again getting in behind. Good job there by Didishko, tidying up on the offensive glass. So 21-point lead now for Telekom. We won't want this to get a lot closer. With a made free throw here, it would be 20-point deficit for Polski Torun. Kulig 69.2% from the free throw line. Misses that one. Campbell. Johnson inside. They just throw it inside to Mustafa Fowl. See if he can make something happen. But this time Kulig makes something happen. Chris Wright on the run. And they can't get it to go. It was a 1-on-2 situation, but Chris Wright obviously felt he could get the finish there. And Jakub Schenk is coming in. Chris Wright takes a blow. Inbounds, Polski Torun. Kulig, extra pass. Schenk, good defense by Telekom. And they are going to get an open shot, here it comes. But they didn't make the most of it. They had to go, it was right at the end of the shot clock. They got the open shot, but it was right at the bottom of the shot clock. So Nick Johnson versus Carl Weaver. TJ Campbell, high screen coming from Wiltshire. Mustafa Fowl inside, back outside, and travel on Harris. Just 2 points, 3 assists, and now another turnover for CJ Harris. Three turnovers now for him. Alexandra Perka to Grashevsky. Need to move the ball, don't keep holding it. Get it inside. Weaver. Yeah, that's good defense by Johnson. Weaver just trying to get set for his shot, and now Johnson throws it all the way across. Extra pass. One more pass. Wiltshire is good for three. That was beautiful play by Turk Telekom. And if they continue like that, they'll be heading back to the top of Group A. Timeout, Polski Torun. Great ball movement there by Turk Telekom.
Even in that situation,
20 assists now. Let's listen in to Coach Machowski.
You know what I mean? If we have one to give, take it. Take it in that moment. No problem. We're gonna go seaside on the next one. Seaside. And let's run it to the right hand. Alex for Karol. There you go. Then you go. Seaside, dribble in.
Just saw the one pass there, but that was a numerous pass move all the way round the basket, one side of the court to the other and back up to the top, and Wiltshire just calmly, as you like, just catches and knocks it down. 2'6", 27-year-old American. He's averaging 17.8 points a game. He's the leading scorer for this team. Second in rebounds, 6.7 rebounds. Let's see how Polski Toron, if they can go on another mini run to try and get back into this game. Schenk to Gruszewski, inside to Kulig. He's double teamed. They need to move the ball quickly. Pull-up jump shot is just out for Schenk, and Harris has the ball. He brings it up. CJ Harris. Wiltshire, they're coming right out on him now. Alexander Perka. Another block by Kulig, but Kulig comes off foul and the ball falls immediately to Mustafa Fowl. You've got to help the helper, but it's tough when you're trying to help on someone who's 7'2". Attack the baseline, Weaver throws it down for Polski Toron, and a wry smile for the American star. They need more of that, quick decisions. Weaver up to 5 points. High screen, back outside. Nick Johnson inside to Fowl. Johnson gets the handoff. Pretty play, but here comes Tarun. They've got numbers, 2-on-1. Back to Weaver for the layup. Back to a 22-point game. 1 minute 20 remaining in the third here in Ankara. Turkey, Basketball Champions League. Catch and shoot is just short. Weaver with another rebound. And a quick foul. by Johnson. And Weaver comes out. So Gruszewski back to Schenk. Gruszewski's going to take the three, just off. And Metin Turen with the rebound to Campbell. Bagel in motion. Bagel underneath the hoop all alone. He's calling for the ball, but they didn't give it to him. Nice cut through, and he was in behind the defense. Ormsby. To Perka, to Schenk. High screen by Kulig, and too much pressure on Schenk there, and he gives the ball up to Campbell. Tries to throw it up for another potential Mustafa Fowl dunk. CJ Campbell at the line. It's the free throw. His first team in as a professional was Melbourne Tigers in Australia, and played a Nanterre Soccer Petkim, which was Coach Goran's former team. TJ with him. He's doing a good job in the Basketball Champions League here. A little bit of full court pressure by Turk Telekom, just trying to freshen things up, keep trying new things while they maintain this lead. So 1 second between game and shot clock as we tick down to the end of the third. Schenk pulls up for three, and that's a good moment for Polski Toronto. Just the 21-point deficit. And Bagel tries the final shot of the quarter, no good. Kulig with the block there, but as ever, Mustafa Fall not far away from Kulig, so if he leaves him like that, the ball potentially is going to fall to Mustafa Fall. So at the end of 3 quarters, here in Ankara, Turkey, it's Turk Telekom 76, Polski Sukia Toronto 55. Game statistics. Turk Telekom 65% from 2, 44% from 3, 92% from the free throw line. Just missed 1 free throw. That's an excellent effort by Turk Telekom, who've played well. 3-game winning streak at the moment. They've never won 4 in a row, but at the moment it looks as though they are going to do that as long as they have a solid final quarter. That was clever by Mustafa Fall. Previously he had Kulig in the Aminu in the post. That was not good defense. No reaction as Nick Johnson cut across from the weak side. That was excellent. Nice job by Hornsby and Aminu with a pinned down screen. Just got to work together. Someone pass it, someone screens, somebody makes the shot, and can't have guys trying to do it themselves. Nice screen by Kulig leading up to that play, and a beautiful pass by Weaver. I mean, just give it a go, move off the ball and trust your teammates. So, into the 4th quarter we go. Turk Telekom leading on their home floor. Remember, they've qualified. They can go back to the top with a win here of Group A. Polski Toronto have just had the 2 wins against Strasbourg, home and away this season. They are bottom of the group. They will not be progressing beyond next week's regular season game day 14, the last game day. And a whistle as Kulig is trying to set a screen on Egmen Guven. Kulig. Out to Schenk. An open jump shot is good. Alexandra Perka. That was nice ball movement and good player movement. Perka gets the wide open jump shot from the elbow. Thrown inside. Guven this time. Can't quite get it to go. Perka, quick pass ahead. All the way across. Schenk for 3 is good. And a quick timeout required for Turk Telekom. High scoring. Polski Toronto can score in bunches. They're only 55 points tonight. 76 to Turk Telekom. And it's a Turk Telekom timeout. Crowd, the family's having a lot of fun here tonight in Turkey. It's what the Basketball Champions League is all about. All-inclusive basketball. 2 qualification rounds were held before the regular season started. 32 regular season teams, 4 groups of 8, and the top 4 from each group will make up the round of 16. And an attack by CJ Harris gets himself to the free throw line. CJ Harris has been a Polish Cup MVP and Polish Cup winner with Rosa Radom, a former Basketball Champions League team. And with the Lambernays last season, Latvian League champion with VF Riga. The Basketball Champions League team this season, as well as La Cortez. So plenty of experience in the European game for Harris. Useful inclusion for Turk Telekom. Schenk pulls up off the dribble. That's just short off the front rim. Bagel. All the way across to Harris. Tries to do it off the dribble. Uven. Shot clock is running low. Bagel. Leaning in and out. And Kulik with the rebound. Reshki. Kulik with the throwdown. Great catch and finish, and Polski Toruna eating into this lead quite substantially. Not as comfortable as it was for Turk Telekom. Shots up, and that's really massive for Turk Telekom and Mohamed Bagel. Turk Telekom really needed that 19-point lead. Bagel up to 16 points. Kulig just off with the jump shot. Almost loses control. Good save, but they do lose it in the end. Turin tried to keep it alive, and here comes Polski Toruna, and a big block by Turin at the hoop. I think Schenk may have just passed that off as Turin came over, but yeah, I think that should have been a little drop-down pass for Perka. Schenk obviously thought he could go all the way, but they get it inbound from the baseline. 4 blocks for Turk Telekom to 2 from Polski Torun. Kulik. Outside the three-point line, looking inside. And it's a steal. They've had the mini run, and now Turk Telekom looking to gain some control back in this regular season game in the Basketball Champions League. Now they turn it over again. Schenk does get the finish. Excuse me, that was Krzyzewski. Karol Krzyzewski with a nice steal and finish. An offensive foul on Bagel. And this game is not done and dusted at the moment. Good defense by Schenk, really coming over the top of the screen well. Not reaching out, and Bagel has something to say to the ref. Alexander Perka comes out, and he's still talking, Bagel. Morris takes a seat back in, CJ Campbell. Chris Wright in the game for Polski Torun. What can he do in the last 6 minutes or so of regulation? Alad Aminu. Grishevsky after the good steal and finish. Aminu going right at the hoop, and he scores and fouled, which is perfect for Polski Tyront. They want the clock to stop. They want to get to the free throw line. With Mustafa Foul not in the game, there's not that shot blocking protection that he provides so well. Guvi just didn't have the foot speed to stay with Aminu there, and he makes the three-point play. It's just a 14-point lead. It was up as many as 30, so they're doing a good job. Polski Tyront, almost a steal. Shots up from the corner, and good for Campbell. Another big shot. Just what they needed, Turk Telekom, just to keep things comfortable here with the lead. Campbell up to 15 points. And Kulig being held by Metin Turin. He's hugging him, not even facing where the ball was. Kulig. English PLK MVP. He's been all PLK team in 2015. Turkish top 2017. Of course, played for Bambit as well in the Basketball Champions League. And national team duties in China last summer and Eurobasket before that. So top player for club and country. Campbell. Johnson just keeping the defense on his back and then exploding to the hoop, and Cooley just couldn't quite get there. Lead back up to 17. 9 points to Johnson. Aminu, hands off to right, pulls up. He was always a little bit off balance, and rebound by Turk Telekom. Penetrate, kick. Up to the top, Turin for three. No good. And rebound by Polski Tyront. Greshki. Hornsby inside to Kulig. Overcomes Mustafa Foul. Chris Wright for three is good. They're dangerous, this team, and that man, second leading scorer in the Basketball Champions League this season, is very dangerous from anywhere. To 17 points for Wright. His average is 19 points or thereabouts. Bagel. Screen comes and he goes away. Mustafa Foul now against Kulig. Little step through jump. Little step through hook there off the glass. Clever move and quick move by Mustafa Foul to 16 points. 100% from two. Good job by Alad Aminu there. Gets Mustafa Foul off the ground. That's what he's got to do. And then Foul commits the foul off balance. Turk Telekom in team fouls. And Kulig goes out. .11 points, 7 rebounds. Alad Aminu. Former NBA D-League All-Star, and he misses the free throw. Hapoel Tel Aviv, Nanterre 92. Played in Champions League for Nanterre. Here comes Wiltshire. Alexander Perka with help from Aminu. And Wiltshire, Carl Wiltshire, just scores at will. And the lead back up to 17, Wiltshire up to 11. Points personal. Grishevsky. Screen coming from Perka, not used. Grishevsky trying to do it himself. Gets his own rebound. Shots up for three is just off. by Chris Wright. 3 minutes remaining in the fourth. Look at Bagel go. Mohamed Bagel going downhill at pace. And he scores the left-hand layup over the top of the rim, front of the rim there. Just go herring down the court. Perka couldn't get across to challenge him. And he forces another timeout for Polski Toruń. Hope you're enjoying the action. Turk Telekom lead by 19.
That's the difference. The willingness to make a foul. If you get beat to the middle, nobody counts foul. In transition, see if we get in front, stop. But we need to take care of our chances in offense as well now. So let's see if we get something.
Hey, don't get lazy on 5 down, ball on 20 dropping down. Okay. Just screen and you be late and move on the roll. Okay. Sure, yeah? I'm trying to say he's just partnering himself down to that.
5 down, but they're so late, go right into it from the side ball.
Okay.
If you see him cheating, just send a ball screen. Send a ball screen.
Clear timeout for his team, even though they're at the wrong end of a 19-point deficit. He wants them to keep playing. Clear instructions, and the players understand what they're doing. A little bit of full court pressure here by Turk Telekom, taking a bit of time off the clock. Campbell versus Wright. Wright passes off to Hornsby. High screen by Perka. And a steal by Turk Telekom. Campbell, but Johnson couldn't get the return. There's going to be some substitution. FAB Sok is coming in. 22-year-old, 2 meters 9 Turkish player. And Mustafa Fout. His work is done for now, unless Polski Toruń really go on a quick run here. Perka, hands off to Graszewski, looking for options. Drives in, steps through and scores. They got the matchup they wanted. They got the young Turkish player in a one-on-one. Graszewski can go to the line for a three-point play. Graszewski. Polski Toruń since 2017. He makes the free throw. PLK's most improved player in 2015. Same year that Damir Kulig had a good year. Here comes Amanu on the run, and they score. This was likely to happen, taking Mustafa Foul out. Rim protection's gone. They're putting young Efe Busok, which is tough to come off the bench after 37 minutes or so, 38 minutes of action, sitting on the bench. And, defense didn't fancy taking a charge there on the fast-moving Alad Amanu. And he knocks down the free throw. 13-point lead for Turk Telekom. Plenty of time left if Polski Toruń really want to push the issue here. Shots up from the corner. Big moment for Efe Busok. His first points of the Basketball Champions League. Wonderful moment for the young man. Up until then, he'd taken 3 field goals and missed all of them, and that was a big time shot. And he made no mistake. Keith Hornsby. At the line. So under 2 minutes remaining now. Johnson guarded closely by Schenk. Busok Sets the... There's Wiltshire. Wiltshire back and backs up, and that's way short. Still time. Polski Toronto want to push this all the way. Attacked by Hornsby, and he's fouled by Johnson. He's quick, Hornsby. So just 4 points tonight, 1 assist, 1 steal. Not been a good night for him. Hasn't taken a lot of shots, just 1 of 5 from the field. He's 100% from the line. Just 1 2-pointer made on the free throws. He's the 2nd leading scorer in this team and the 7th leading scorer points per game in the Basketball Champions League into this game, but just hasn't happened for Hornsby. CJ Harris back in the lineup. 12-point lead now for Turk Telekom. And Taskiren. Nice play. Easy as you like. CJ Harris just cuts to the basket, gets inside position. Easy inbounds. Pull up J is just short for Polski Toronto. And now, with a 14-point lead, Johnson can just run some clock off here. Penetrate kick to Taskiren. He attacks. Penetrate kick back outside. And another 3 for Turk Telekom. And this time it's Carl Wiltshire. Again, they score 10-plus 3-pointers in a Basketball Champions League. 11 of 22 tonight. That's great play from behind the arc. Amanu, tough shot over Wiltshire with a jump hook. 15-point lead for Turk Telekom. They are comfortable now. But they get the ball stolen. And a layup for Chris Wright. 13-point lead. And it's a foul. Toronto have a foul to give, but it's going to be pretty immaterial here. And no defense being played now by Polski Toronto. The result is being accepted. The clock will run down. The coaches shake hands and congratulations to Turk Telekom on a professional display. Polski Toronto didn't give up. They kept pushing. And they've made the final score respectable, but Turk Telekom march on back to the top of Group A. They win here in Ankara, 100-87 over Polski Sukia Toronto. Very happy if they best in that 3-pointer. Just to come in and just when Polski Toronto had lowered the gap considerably from 30 all the way down to 13, but Turk Telekom were always in control, and now they're going to thank their fans. It's been an emotional week for the basketball world, but Turk Telekom have done a great job here tonight, and this is a beautiful moment for that fan who is involved with the team tonight, getting up close and personal with Turk Telekom and his heroes, and Polski Toronto is warming down after the game before they head back to Poland to continue their Polish PLK action. And Turk Telekom march on back to the top of the group ahead of Dinamo Sassari as they have the head-to-head over them. Let's look at the game statistics. Turk Telekom 66% from 2, 50% from 3, 11 of 22, 13 and 14 from the free throw line. 9 more rebounds than Tehran, 2 more assists. Both teams really assisting well, 25 to 23. Of course, Polski Tehran lead the Basketball Champions League in assists per game and points per game. But they've conceded 100 points again in a BCL Basketball Champions League game. There's your top scorers: Bagel 18 and Wright 19 for Turk Telekom and Polski Tehran. Mustafa Fowl having a big game as well. Not only a lot of great defense, but scoring well for his team as well. And Carl Wiltshire just 14 points tonight. Very efficient, though, 60% from the field, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Mustafa Fowl 100% from the field. And Mohamed Bagel 5 of 7 from the field. 100% from the line. So a dominant performance for Turk Telekom. They've got so many weapons inside, outside. Wiltshire can play inside or outside. They've got Mustafa Fowl as a real target on the offense and a intimidator on the defense. But they've done enough tonight. They keep their Basketball Champions League season going in the right direction. 4 games they've won in a row here. First time they've ever done that in the Basketball Champions League. Polski Tehran still winless in the Basketball Champions League in 2020 and also in the Polish PLK. They'll be hoping to put that right in Poland as soon as possible, and they've got one more game against Villa Ostend in the Basketball Champions League next week, excuse me, and Turk Telekom will be playing SIG Strasbourg, who are already eliminated as well in France on game day 14. If they win that, they will win the group. And after next week, there'll be a break for the international games. LiveBasketball.tv will be bringing you all the international tournaments around the world, for the Eurobasket qualifiers to the Asia Cup and the Afrobasket qualifiers, all being played over these international weekends. Just similar to the Basketball World Cup qualifiers, when so many games from around the world were played in a 4 or 5 day space. So Turk Telekom, and these are some of the highlights, and Carl Wiltshire can score in so many ways, and he shows there what a top player he is. And Mohamed Bagel has been excellent tonight as well. 18 points, 5 assists for him with an efficiency of 23. Mustafa Fowl, efficiency of 22 with his 16 points, 8 of 8 from the field. 1 block, 1 steal, and 5 rebounds. As for Polski Tehran, Aladimir 11 points, Chris Wright 19 points, and Damir Kulik 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, filling up the stat sheet yet again. But that's only his 6th game in the Basketball Champions League. How they would have liked to have had more of his services. So Turk Telekom back to the top. Polski Sukia Tehran remain at the bottom. One more game day to go. That's next Tuesday and Wednesday. Hope you've enjoyed the Basketball Champions League from Ankara tonight. Still games going on LiveBasketball.tv. Just go to the main menu, select the game you want. There's plenty still to watch and plenty still at stake in the race for the top 4 in each of the 4 regular season groups. My name's Graham Hiscock. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.